Today we're going to be rating AI-generated Magic the Gathering cards. So, will it danger or will it zyber? Let's go rate these things. From the wonderful Robo Rosewater M. That's right. All right, we're going to start off with Terrashin of Foresight. Terrashin of Foresight enters the battlefield tapped. It's a land. It does not add mana. Tap, put a storage counter on target creature with a storage counter on it. And a storage counter on it. Somehow it needs to have 2 storage counters on it. Otherwise, it's like not going to do anything. Anything whatsoever. What does this thing do? It's just literally a land that comes into play tapped and will do nothing. Well, I mean, I guess it technically puts a storage counter on a creature. Why would it even put stuff on the creature anyway? Are there any creatures that store stuff? Yeah, exactly. What creatures have storage counters? I think this is an easy, easy buzzer. I don't even... This card does not do anything. What is the, what's the Null Rod card? Null Rod. We need to memorize the flavor text. But it doesn't do anything, says Gerard. Hannah, no, it does nothing. That's exactly right. That's exactly what this... it does nothing. So we are going to buzz it off. Full art to the card that does nothing. Okay, Conjurer's Ever, a 5-mana generic enchantment. You don't see that every day. Are there any enchantments that are colorless? Like Eldrazi enchantments? At the beginning of each player's upkeep, that player sacrifices a creature. If that permanent was a color, were mana of any one color, put it onto the battlefield! Then each player puts the same first times. I'm sorry, I've got to reread this one. If, at the beginning of each player's upkeep, they sack a creature. Okay, I understand so far. If that permanent was a color, were mana of any one color. If that permanent was a color, were mana of any one color, put onto the battlefield. I'm guessing if the permanent was any color, put onto the battlefield. So no colorless! Colorless disqualified. Then each player puts the same first times. We have something that Dick says, you know, from what I see, only lands have storage counters on them. I don't know what to say about this card, because I'm not even entirely sure I know what it means. I think it sacks creatures. Hold on, if that permanent was a color, put it onto the battlefield. Oh, I see. If I sack my creature and it has a color, I can put it back. Then each player puts the same first times. Oh, I see. So if it's monocolor, it comes back. If it's multicolor or has no color, it's gone forever. Well, that's a pretty bad way of describing it, as far as I'm concerned. And if anyone else has another interpretation, I'm all ears. Anyway, this is it makes my head hurt just reading this thing, so we're giving it the buzzer. It really just doesn't make enough sense to me. Per cast Confuption, a white and 3 generic, 3/2 human knight, flying, first strike, and per cast Confuption can't be blocked by creatures with shadow. How many shadow flying creatures are there? I don't think there's a whole lot. I like how it already has like natural evasion, and then in addition to that natural evasion, you can't be blocked by shadow creatures either. Which they couldn't, because it's not shadow, right? Like, it's already... Oh, that's even better. You know, shadow creatures can only block other creatures with shadow. So if you don't have shadow, shadow already can't block this card. Yeah, anti-shadow, let's go! Hilarious stuff. Exactly what? Yeah, finally a counter to those oppressive shadow decks. Those oppressive things. Alright, so I guess we can make this literally could be a card, so why not? We can let it live. That'll show shadow. Trying to block us. Yeah, that Dothy... What's it? I don't remember. The Dothy that can't be blocked by white creatures is hilarious. We got the Planar Sands. Planar Sands blue aura enchant creature. As long as it's enchanted permanent is a creature, it's a 0/0 elemental creature with haste. It's still land. So it's basically a removal spell. I mean, unless the creature has counters. So if the creature comes into play with counters, okay, so it still lives. Otherwise, this is a 1-mana removal spell. When enchanted land dies... Who said I put it on a land? When enchanted land dies, return that card to its owner's hand. So I guess in the event that you put it on a land, if you somehow do that, because this is an aura, you can't play this at instant speed. This would be at sorcery speed. The land goes back to their hand as a clause. And because it's the Planar Sands. The Planar Sands. So the creatures, they get buried in the desert. But if it's the desert that you bury, you can't get rid of it. You can't kill the desert. It's impossible. I feel like we saw this on another AI stream. No, I've never seen the Planar Sands before. Maybe someone else is getting in on this AI action on YouTube. Or maybe you've been following Robo Rosewater Masters. 1 mana bounce. Only for lands. Only for the lands. For everything else, there's sand. There's desert. That creature is a land, so it gets back. Alright. Anyway, I think we can approve of this one. It makes enough sense. It makes enough sense. Yeah, kills Dryad Arbor, exactly. Kills the Dryad Arbor. Becomes a 0/0. It becomes a 0/0, but then it goes back to their hand. Lightning. So you heard of Lightning Greaves. Well, now we've got Lightning Skyclave with the most panoramic art I've ever seen on a Magic the Gathering card, only because it's loaded with stuff. Are we sure this is an AI card? This is not a custom Magic the Gathering card, because I swear they do this all the time. So, blue, 2, enchantment. Alright, I'm all ears. It's a blue card. At the beginning of your upkeep, put a hour counter on Lightning Skyclave. An hour. A-U-R. Or an or. Put an or counter on Lightning Skyclave. Red, tap. Remove an R counter from Lightning Skyclave. Target creature gains lifelink until end of turn. I don't know why red would do that. But okay. White, 3 generic tap. Sacrifice Lightning Skyclave. Draw 3 cards. At the beginning of your end step, if you control a commander as you cast this spell, you may choose herd the same number of hour counters on Lightning Skyclave, then you put an hour counter on Lightning Skyclave. What the hell is this mean? And then 5 tap, remove an hour counter from Lightning Skyclave, add colorless. If that mana is spent on a creature spell, its controller may copy the spell and may choose new target for the copy of the amount of damage dealt to Lightning Sky. Okay, we're done. Yeah, holy Jesus, the text, it's ridiculous. Yeah, LOL, red for lifelink and white for card draw. What year is this? The year is 3052, and this is what Magic cards look like. We're just peering into the future. Tommy says, I'm not high enough for this. Hour, yeah, hour. Hour counter. The card that it turns Nikachu into a pyre. Arrgh! Whatever. What a weird card. Isadoma's Cosmith. Isadoma's Cosmith. For a red, we have another aura. Enchant player. When enchanted player is attacked, it enters the battlefield as a dragon card. The creature is attacking you. When enchanted player is attacked, it enters the battlefield as a dragon card. So basically, the creature becomes a dragon. There we go. I think this is what happens. Here's the player, and then it's transforming into this dragon thing. That's as far as I'm concerned. I don't know. Does your life total become power? I mean, I guess. At the very least, your life total should be your toughness. I don't know if you have any power. I think we are like a 0. We'd just be a 0 something. The player becomes a dragon. You heard of chasing the dragon, now you become the dragon. So you beat the opponent. Well, you got the creature is attacking you. When enchanted player is attacked, and it just reminds you, hey, that creature is attacking you now. Instead of... Well, does anything change? Okay, so creatures are attacking me, but they were attacking me anyway, and I couldn't defend or kill the creatures in response. And I'm just a creature now. Do you know what happens? I'm vulnerable to destruction spells. That's, I think, the only difference between regularly being attacked or being attacked as a dragon. Because now we enter the battlefield as a dragon and someone can destroy me with, like, Doomblade or something. Yeah, the creature's attacking you, just in case you missed it during the transformation. Just in case you forgot you're getting attacked. You gotta turn into your dragon! I don't know, I guess we could keep... You know, as far as we've buzzed a lot of cards, this is one of the better ones, sadly enough. Yeah, target player, fight target player. Yeah, you could use a fight spell. We need 2 people to turn into dragons and then use fight spells against each other. Yeah. Corey, my dream card. You become the dragon. Dragon away. Our bar is low now. Oh, after this thing, our bar is super low. After the lightning, the lightning skyclave. The lightning skyclave. God, I hope Magic doesn't become this, where they like, they have a panorama photo so that they can fit all the stupid text onto the cards. That's power creep in the year 2060. Alright, we got Bala Groot for a blue and 2 generic, a 2/1 human pirate. And it looks like a pirate! Whenever you cast a historic spell, copy it for each time you've cast your commander from the command zone this game. Holy sweet merciful! What? This is insane! So, and you know, you're casting your commander all the time. It's not like you've cast it, I mean, you're gonna get it at least once. So you get at least at 1 copy. But some people have cast their commander like 4 times. And then like, I don't know, what kind of artifacts could you abuse off of this? I mean, I'm thinking Soul Ring, but that's not a very sexy thing to copy. And frankly, like, it's too late. If you get in the late game, you're casting it for the billionth time. Is this danger? Might be danger. Yeah, I could, yeah, not even legendary. Yeah, you could have multiples of these out. In theory. But I mean, it looks like it's speaking to the commander players. So you can only have 1, really. Oh no, I guess you could clone it. You could clone it. Yeah, you could. It's a clonable thing. Copying portals to Phyrexia. What does that even do? To Phyrexia. I have no idea what this card is. Portal. Is it portal to Phyrexia? Phyrexian portal? You could copy this. Target opponent looks at the top 10 cards of your library and separates them into 2 face-down piles. Remove one of those piles from the game. Search the other pile for a card. Put it into your hand and shuffle your library. I don't really understand this card, but okay. Anyway, Bala Groot. I didn't know a pirate was capable of copying things. She's a snow pirate. That's right. She is a snow pirate. That is true. That's interesting. They create a snow pirate, and this is like the last place a pirate wants to go. Since when did the pirates go where there's snow? They go where it's tropical. It seems so cold here. We're going to Antarctica! To Antarctica, yar! To bury our plunder! Now the other one, Portal to Phyrexia. There's another one. Oh, there was another one. The hell does this thing do? 9 mana. Enters the battlefield. Each opponent sacrifices 3 creatures. Oh god. At the beginning of your upkeep, put target creature card from your graveyard onto the battlefield under your control. That's a yeah. What on earth would you want to copy with Bala Groot? You let us all know in the comments section below. Anyway, I think this thing passes. It actually looks like a card that they could print. I don't know the whole point of it being a snow pirate, but okay. Yeah, aren't pirates in the Caribbean? This one has been, I don't know. There's snow pirates. Hey, do you know what I mean? Like, isn't that just, what's it called? What are those Norse warriors called? I'm trying to think, like, the Vikings. Aren't Vikings like snow pirates to some extent? Am I too far off base here? Yeah, Vikings, exactly. There we go. That's all they are. They're snow pirates, basically. See? That looks like a snow pirate slash Viking. Yes, we are snow pirates. There we go. Snow pirates do exist, so we cannot be judging Balagroot so harshly. Like, it's such a weird thing. Alright, before we get on to our more AI generated cards, we gotta thank our I know you guys love it when I thank the sponsors. FusionGamingOnline.com. Here's the question: do we still have this? No. Oh, we're going back to deal of the weeks. If you missed the Cyber Monday, it's gone. But you know what? It's still time to save 15% off all Urza block singles. And they're pulling out the heavy hitters like Metalworker and Show and Tell, Gilded Drake, Gaia's Cradle, Grim Monolith, Treachery for all you Commander players who like to steal cards for absolutely nothing. Yeah, there goes it's Fusion Gaming. Oh, 15% off Gaia's Cradle. And you know what? If 15% off isn't enough, you know where to get an extra 5% off. Use coupon code Nikachu at checkout for 5% off all your purchases. We're also going to thank Mana Traders, the premier place for renting Magic cards online. And if you want to play the best deck of any, you want that you know what they say by competitive edge. If Omnath is the best deck, everyone plays Omnath. And now Red Black Scam is the best deck. Everyone plays Scam because you can just jump on the latest hot thing. And then if it sucks a week later, you send it back. It's okay. You will play the next hot thing after that. You can support the channel renting from Mana Traders using my using my link in the description below, or use coupon code Nikachu_WS2 for 10% off your first 2 months. Using Mana Traders on Magic the Gathering Online. And now back to our beautiful AI generated cards. Anand of the Dead. Whatever that means. 6 mana. As an additional cost to cast this spell, sacrifice a creature. You lose the game. Why? Reaches the coin Trogants, and even a thundering the forest like unleashes be the virtue of goblins shall be hunter. Pirate here looking for some snow. When you love to lose the game, when you're gonna go out on your own terms, it's like, I know you're gonna win next turn. Anand of the Dead. Ho ho ho! There is a combo. There is a combo spotted by Lord Magicus. Hive Mind. So what Hive Mind does is you what happened? What'd I do? For a blue 5 generic, it's an enchantment. Whenever a player casts an instant or sorcery spell, each other player copies that spell. Each of those players may choose new targets for his or her copy. But the deal is with Hive Mind is, so you cast your card first, and then everyone else gets theirs on the stack. So they'll lose the game first. They'll lose the game first. Oh, what else? Ether Snatch? Is that a way of doing it? Ether Snatch. I'm not familiar with this card. Ether Snatch, blue, 4. Gain control of target spell. You may choose new... Well, yeah, but why would you want to snap away someone else's? Lose the game. Yeah, time for Wizards to make a commander for Lose the Game Tribal. Yeah, with Hive Mind, since their copies will resolve first. Okay, so it has purpose. I mean, in general, it's a build-around card. You want to build around this card, the Anand of the Dead. It's just crazy. It's an additional... you have to sack a creature. It's an additional cost to cast the spell. Whoa, what a low price. We're going down together. Yeah, no, I lose the game. Snatches the spell. But who would want to do that? Who would want to steal this thing from somebody else? Exists already as one with death. Is there a card called One with Death? Oh, there's some sort of crazy card. A One with Death. You lose the game. Not for constraint. It was a test card. Funny stuff. That is very cute. One with Death. All right, so this is the AI generated One with Death. More realistic. Some pleb. Good morning, everyone. Hope everyone draws well today. Is there some tournament today? Anyway, sure. We could let this one slide. This is an okay card. I can see this actually being played. Makes complete logical sense. It reaches the coin, Trogans, and even a thundering the forest like unleashes be the virtue of goblin shall be hunter. Wish the flavor text made a little bit more sense, though. Oh, we got nomadic powder. Okay. Wonder what kind of powder those nomads are carrying around. For 2 mana, artifact, equipped 3. Why are we equipping powder? Equipped creature has father or charge counter, prevent and gets, or charge counter prevent. So it prevents charge counters and gets +1/+1. I didn't know I'm a father. Do I have to get on Mori to confirm this or not or something? Whenever a creature is put into your graveyard from the battlefield, create an XX blue, sorry, XX Bly Rider creature token, where X is the number of charge counters on nomadic powder. But we don't have charge. I don't even know how to get charge counters on this damn thing. At the beginning of your end step, exile all creature cards from your graveyard. Fine. You got some of that Nom Kane. Equipped creature has father. I'm a baby daddy now. You are the father. Blue, you skip 18 turns. I accidentally equipped this and have been a father ever since. Never played Magic while drinking. Who am I the father of, really? Oh, that's great. Yeah, you could say that to the table. Okay, who's your daddy now? Because I'm the daddy. Say hello to daddy. I mean, you would play this card just to say that. I'd say the father on this card should be being able to disappear to get the milk. Maybe that's the powder. This is baby powder. This is baby formula. It's danger. I think it's not. I wouldn't say this. It confused. That's for sure. It damaged itself in confusion. I didn't equip protection. Now I'm a father. That looks a lot like what a new bronze tablet would look like. I guess so. But they put the powder in there for the nomads. Those nomads becoming fathers, not even knowing about it. Anyway. I think it's a stupid card. Doesn't make any sense. I don't even know how you get charge counters on this thing. Sorry, equipped creature has father or charge count. It prevents the charge counters while saying it's gonna get something for charge counters, where X is the number of charge counters on nomadic powder. But it says no prevent charge counters. Father. Whenever this creature is a father, it phases out when any player casts a white spell at end step. Anyway, okay, well, moving on. Subterranean Diplomation. Blue 3 generic for a 3/3 Yeti. That's pretty cool. Blue 1 generic. Tap. Search your library for a Planeswalker card and put it onto the battlefield. Okay, then. Then shuffle your library. That's broken. That's broken. Super friend. Yeah, super friend. I mean, anybody's friend. Put this in any deck that you want. Looks like an Ewok. Well, the Ewoks and the Yetis, they look the same. I mean, I guess this Yeti has... It looks like this Yeti has a coat on. Where the flesh is, like, really... or, like... Well, you know, it looks like it looks like this thing's wearing something. It's wearing the... I don't know, a Yeti of another Yeti. Print it! Unset. Print. I think it's fair. Yeah, this danger for sure, says Wah. Gabik says it's balanced. Yeah, right. You know with the AI text, it's almost like a direct translation from another language. I mean, it is in the sense like the grammar isn't wrong. It's just not right. You're right. That's exactly what it is. It's like they translated and then retranslated it back to English. It's pretty fair. Is it? 5 mana for a 3/3 that starts tutoring planes. I guess it wouldn't really see playing constructed play. I guess it's really a commander card. Why does a Yeti get planeswalkers? I don't know. You go to, what is it, Ondor? What is the Ewok place? I'm not very familiar with Star Wars canon very well. But you know, everyone went to the Ewok planet. And they might as well look like planeswalkers to them. Han Solo, Princess Leia, Chewbacca, No, I didn't think the Ewoks met. Did the Ewoks meet Skywalker? Yeah, the Ewoks did meet Skywalker. So they might as well be planeswalkers to them. Is this a better Arena Rector? I don't know. I don't know. The Ewok Moon. Ewok Moon. Is that what it's called? Ewok Moon? Anyway, I think we can, it passes. How did they overpower them? I'm just thinking, they overpowered them somehow, and they were gonna cook them, weren't they? Anyway, I haven't seen Return of the Jedi in, like, 2 decades. Okay, we got Master of the Moon! Not Magus of the Moon, we got the Master of the Moon. We got the moon in the background and everything. A green 1 generic, 2/1 Kithkin Soldier, basic land cycling, blue white 2 generic. You may look at the top card of your library permanent that control with a cycling ability from your graveyard. Okay, let's just move on. This is a stupid card. Alright, there we go. We have Hariel Blood Shaman for black, 4 generic. We have a 2026 creature. You hear that, Emrakul? It's a horror. And we can pay. We have infinite mana. It is a 2026 with an infinite mana combo just locked on the card by itself. You pay 1, you get double green. Yeah, it really is a horror. Dies to... Sandra's like, hey, dies to removal. It's not that bad. It still dies to removal. Abzo says balanced. I mean, this is the biggest butt. This is the biggest butt in the multiverse. Bigger than Emrakul. You think you have a big butt. I got a big butt. With an infinite mana combo attached to it. Just pay 1, get double green. Just infinitely pay that green into the 1 and get more back. Infinite money glitch. Blue says nice try. Yo, this definitely a danger. It definitely danger. It's legendary, so it should be okay. It could be your commander. That's not fair at all. Too cheap. Yeah, too cheap. You could get this out on like turn 2, I think, in commander. Between like a mana vault and a dark ritual. Boom. Bada bing, bada bang, bada boom. You got a 2026 creature with infinite mana. Infinite green mana though. So you gotta use it on the green spells. Based horror. As this is a mana ability, does removal have time to respond? I mean, you got hopefully get them while they're tapped out. Well, what are they gonna do in response? Like, what are they gonna do with infinite green mana to protect them? Oh, I guess they have like Veil of Summer and stuff. It's a lot of protection spells in green to protect your horror. Hey Nikachu, when Wednesday I'll present a custom card. Can I show you a deck list with the card? Sorry, no deck lists. Takes too long. We used to look at deck lists on this show, not anymore. But you're welcome to post the custom card. You need split second to respond. I guess so. All right, are we shipping or shredding this one? I'll leave that. I'm gonna leave that up to the crowd. It looks like a fan favorite. It's one of the more logical cards. Like, I mean, we can actually print this. It's broken as hell, But we can actually print this. Okay, we got a shred, we got a ship, we got a shred, we got another shred, ship. I think the shreds are in unanimous. Shred it up big time. Actually shred it, pour like lighter fluid on it, set it afire, throw it in the dumpster, make sure the whole thing's on fire. Make sure it's never seen again. And then throw the bury the dumpster in a dump like 100 feet deep. All right, the faces. Sort of. They're very creepy faces. Black, 4 generic for a 4/5 avatar with trample. When the faces enter the battlefield, exile any number of untapped creatures you control. If you do, put one of those cards on top of your library in any order. All right, you can do this. You can exile any number of untapped creatures and put them on top of your library. I don't know why you would ever want to do that, but you can do that. That is totally fine by me. Does anyone know how to abuse this card? Destroy the hard drive that picture is on. Ship, no danger, who cares? Weird, but not immediately broken. Why, though? Because, you know what? Honestly, there's a lot of cards in Magic the Gathering that I'm like, why, though? Why would they print this? What's it for? It's like, I don't know, to get more cast triggers off of a card that you really want. Fight rigging would love that card. You see that? Oh, the last card? Come on, everyone would like the last card. If it put the creature on the bottom, you could abuse it with Grenzo. Maybe there'll be a reverse Grenzo one day. Maybe some combo with ETB and playing cards from the top of your library. Maybe. Whatever. There's no harm here, I think. Okay, we got a Desert Wizard. Green, 3 generic. 5/5 worm with trample. When a Desert Wizard... What the hell? But it's a worm. When a Desert Wizard enters the battlefield, you get energy. Pay 2 energy. Choose or drum Baton Dragon Plains with mana value equal to the number of charge counters on a Desert Wizard. Thank you so much, Wah. The AI arts have been amazing so far. Even the cards that don't make much sense or are broken. Wish we could get actual cards with those arts. Who knows? Soon enough, if there's enough backlash from the artists from Magic the Gathering, Wizards might go down that route. Which they're just gonna have, everything's gonna be AI generated art. AI generated Jace the Mind Sculptor. It's a charge counter. Another charge counter. Oh yeah, it says that you don't even get an energy. You get an charge counter. N charge counter. Then you pay, well, whatever. Yeah, charge, not storage. Oh, so many different... Wait, anyway, this card doesn't make any sense. So we can buzz this one as well. Squall Flourish for red, 1 generic. Target land becomes a 0. Oh, you thought you were a 10? Well, you're a 0 now. What the hell does that mean? Wait, this is really open to interpretation. Squall Flourish. Target land becomes a 0. Gandalf the Young getting in on the drums. As a drummer and soon to be dragon, I say ship the green wizard. Yeah, there's a wizard on. How did the AI come? Oh, because it was called a Desert Wizard as the card name, so it put a wizard in the desert. Whatever. Squall Flourish. Yeah, from 0 to 0. It looked like a Blood Moon effect at first. Now, if only you could make that 0 a hero. Target land becomes a 0. But what will it do? But can you be 0 to hero? I can't pronounce this. Você é zero esquerda is an expression that translates to you are a 0 to the left. It means you are a useless like this card. Okay. I have no idea what that means. 0 is reverse heroic. Target land really lets itself go. Stops washing itself. Just really stops caring. Yeah, self-care went to 0. Well, anyway, the card doesn't make sense, so we're gonna have we just gotta like put it aside. It's not gonna see the light of day. Oratog for a green, a 1/1 vampire. When Oratog enters the battlefield, pay 2 energy. What's with all the energy cards today? If you can't, put a +1/+1 counter on it for each swamp you control and exile Oratog. So it's gonna be a 1/1 for double energy, or we lose it. But it gets a +1/+1 counter on it for each swamp we control before we exile it, and then I guess then we can try to cast it from exile. Oh, name taken. All right, already disqualified. Cannot copy the name of past cards. That's for sure. Oratog isn't even an Atog. It's a vampire. Maybe you move the counters before it dies. Maybe it fuels, what's it called? The Ozolith. Because it'll get like, if you get a counter for each card. Because the creature just needs to leave the battlefield for the Ozolith to get the counters, right? So that's all that happens. So it could be an Ozolith fueler in the Golgari Hardened Scales deck. Golgari Vampire decks now can rejoice. I guess so. Anyway, it's a pretty dumb card anyway. Horned Pyraming. Red for generic 3/3. Whenever a creature without flying dies, put a token that's a copy of Horned Pyraming, I guess, onto the battlefield. Whenever a creature without flying dies, we get more these elf druids. Apparently this Horned Pyraming is an elf druid. What do we think about this? The first time I saw it, I thought it was some sort of plant growing from the top of their heads. But now I know it is their own body. Ew, that's disgusting. Researchers studying the primings. It danger. The flavor, it danger. It's an elf druid, like, growing its own bodies out of it. The first time, I thought it was some sort of plant growing from the top of their heads. That's disgusting. Finally, red elves. It doesn't have flying. Whenever a creature without flying dies. Yeah, whatever. It doesn't fly, and it's not going to copy things that fly either. Tokens also get the ability. It's like Scoot Swarm. Approaching Calamity likes it. Alright, let's ship this thing. I think we can ship it. Whenever a creature without flying dies, create a token that's a copy of Horned Pyraming. Just copies it. Do you know what? It's pretty flavorful. It sounds like you're growing another thing out of your head until it becomes its own creature. It's weird. Ship it. Pretty much whenever a creature without flying dies. Oh, pretty much unkillable. Oh, that's interesting. Whenever a creature without flying dies, which includes itself, create a token that's a copy of Horned Pyraming. Oh, that's interesting. You can't kill this thing. Whenever it dies, whatever dies grows. Whatever grows dies. And whatever dies grows the Horned Pyraming. Whatever. Oh yeah, Goblin Bombardment, infinite sacks. Infinite combo right there. Okay, it's the summoning. Sorry, summonioning. Summonioning. That's it. The summonioning. Red 1 generic. Summonioning deals 5 damage divided as you choose among any number of target creatures and or planeswalkers you control, and you draw a card for a sorcery. We are destroying our own. We're dealing 5 damage to our own stuff. And I don't even know why. It's like we're spanking them. How could warrior and contempt were all any home? I built from darkness in our rest. Rishkar, priest of Mnepolis. We built darkness in our rest. Enrage likes this. Trash. Some minioning is bad, but you can trigger stuff. Ship it. What do you trigger? Outside of, like, Enrage, I guess. Enrage is, like, the only thing you can do. Enrage likes this. Enrage likes this card! Color Pie likes OT. Red has to pay to draw a card. They're paying. They're paying in blood. Okay, it's legal. Death triggers. You guys like this card. Alright, sounds like we're gonna ship this thing. Stuffy Doll. Oh yeah, that's true too. You could like put 5 damage on a Stuffy Doll and then draw a bunch of draw a card. Yeah, Stuffy Doll likes that. You guys are really creative. You can find gold from trash. I mean, I'm looking at this thing and I'm like, why? I'm gonna divide 5 down, and you get to divide it. You could put one thing here, one enrage trigger here, one enrage trigger there. You lose the enrage trigger here and there. It says any number. Can the number be 0? Deals 5 damage divided as you choose. No, it deals 5 damage. You have to choose something. Maybe you seem to be dinosaur lovers out there. You all love the dinosaurs. All right, we're gonna keep the summinioning. The summinioning. Looks like some sort of different game in the art. Looks like some like I don't know, League of Legends or something. Am I too far off base here? It doesn't look like Magic the Gathering in there. Have we seen this before? Tetchef Dread. So for a black, a Phyrexian black, and a hybrid of green red and 2 mana, we have a 3 loyalty vile creature. It is a vile creature. Cohor's Planeswalker. Whatever the hell that means. And then -3, low or flip bet, or swow less walk. And Brett is just like, what? What is this thing? Low or flip bet. We get to bet? We're bringing Anti back with the Tetchef Dread. Annie's back. We get to bet once again, boys and girls. Gustavo says, print it. I want my casino back. Broken English. Yeah, not necessarily broken in power level. And you basically sack it. Like, it's got no plus abilities. You get onto the battlefield for, like, whatever, 5 mana. It's 3 loyalty. And then, poof, it's gone. It kills itself. The art is rad, though. I want this to be something coherent. Ether Vile creature with loyalty ability. This card doesn't work. Creatures need power and toughness. Levy says, I love taking the wife out to low all night. Print it and then shred it. It hurts itself in confusion. Yeah, alright. Sorry, the Tetchef Dread. It's not good enough. And also, you just make absolutely no sense. None whatsoever. Okay, the last brute. The very last of the brutes, I guess. Red 2 generic for a 3/2 orc pirate. At the beginning of your main player under your control. Well, we control players now, do we? You may reveal your graveyard into your hand. This ability remains exiled. The spell can't be countered. None of these make any sense today. You know, usually these AI-generated cards make some sense. Today is terrible. Today is just a bunch of nonsense. At the beginning of each main player under your control. How many players do you control? I mean, it must be building on top of old AI-generated cards that they made, where the AI now has to consider making cards based on current Magic the Gathering cards and current and recently created Magic the Gathering AI-generated cards, where you can, like, control target player or gain control of target player. Too good. Robo Rosewater is still drunk from Thanksgiving. You say it doesn't make sense. I say it's a 3/2 for 3 that can't be counted. Yeah, I'm looking into this too much. It's a simple card. Red and 2 generic for a 3/2 that can't be countered. I'm a simple person. It can't be countered. I like it. This magic has Mad Libs. Yeah, like Mad. Oh man, that's a great idea. Mad Libs, the Magic the Gathering. Like, if anyone that doesn't know what Mad Libs is, it's like, you know, it's like a paragraph, but then you have to fill in the nouns and the adjectives and the proverbs and stuff like that, or the verbs. And then, but you don't know what the paragraph is, and then after you've named all your nouns and stuff like that, you unleash what would this looks like something that would be like at the at the beginning of each play at the beginning of each main player under your control, you may reveal your graveyard into your hand. This ability remains exiled. There is a creature that lets you control the player's turn. Yeah, but at the beginning of each main player under your control. Yeah, but there's not many cards that give you control of the players, so. Anyway. If you do Mad Libs with inappropriate words, it's funny. Well, it's also, well, whatever. I guess that the Mad Libs for 18 plus. Anyway, yeah, the last card is unworkable. The Steam Collector. For red, black, 5 generic, we have a Phyrexian Horror 3/3. The Steam, they clean themselves in Phyrexia. They do their steaming, alright? They steam. Trample, Steam Collector gets plus 27 plus 16. All creatures lose flying. An enchanted creature does an untap during its controller's untap step. For as long as this creature has 5 or more +1/+1 counters on it. What the hell? And why wouldn't they just add that to the power and toughness in general? Like, it has to be in the ability. Steam Collector gets plus 27 plus 16. All creatures lose flying. And enchanted creature doesn't, like, yeah, in danger, big time. Abzo wants it. Print! Send it to the pressers. Ship it. 3019, is that what we get in the end? 27, yeah, that's right. Yeah, we have a 3019 creature. In danger. No, all creatures lose that specific ability. Creatures, yeah, all creatures lose flying. And enchanted creature doesn't untap. When are we enchanting anything? I love how oddly specific enchantments that it shuts down. Yeah. Enchanted creature doesn't untap during its controller's untap step for as long as this creature has 5 or more +1/+1 counters on it. Hexmage still hates it. 3019, that Gruul Godzilla card. Well, so how does this benefit you? It's like it will still die to anything that destroys. Because technically it's a 3-power creature in your hand, so maybe you can cheat it in play. Is that how this works? Put like a 3-power lower creature from your hand onto the battlefield? There's gotta be some way of cheating this. That they would put the ability on the card. First one in like 5 cards. Ship it out. No, we're not shipping this thing. Kill it. Kill it before it lays eggs. Dies to removal, not impressive. Does any card even have that enchantment ability? Yeah, I don't think so. The art is moi. But only creatures that are also auras are affected. I know, it's so big. Anyway. This is a stupid card. Stupid. Stuffed Survivor. Stuffed with Thanksgiving turkey. Okay, so 1 white for a 1/1 human soldier. We can pay green to level 3. We're going straight to level 3, people. And whenever Stuffed Survivor deals damage to an opponent, you may have Stuffed Survivor deal 2 damage to target opponent or planeswalker. So it's basically like a 3-power creature for 1 mana. That's ridiculous. It's a level 3 judge. G to level 3. It's kind of broken, not gonna. I know it is broken. So close. It's so close to making sense. So close yet so far. Not bad print. Well, what the hell does level 3 mean? Infinite. Oh, is it infinite damage? Okay, whenever Stuffed Survivor deals damage to an opponent, you may have Stuffed deal 2 damage to target opponent or planeswalker. It is infinite damage. Oh my god. Because every single time it deals 2 damage to the opponent, it's gonna trigger again. Yeah, it's self-infinite on turn 1. And then you play this thing on turn 1. Your opponent plays like, I don't know, a plains and then passes, and then you attack them for 1. They like take the 1 damage. All right, you took 1 damage, so you're gonna take another 2 damage. Oh, you took 2 damage. You're gonna take another 2 damage. Then your friend loses. Like, that's just magic sometimes. Sometimes you have it. Be a terrible card to teach someone with. Good for commander? No! This is a 1-turn kill card. It's a 1-card combo. Yeah. That's busted. It's completely busted. Sorry for anyone who's like in their car on their drive to work and they're really paranoid that the police are around. A danger, not even combat damage. Yeah, exactly. So you can like put something on it to ping someone and they die. Turn 0, this spirit guide concorded crossroads, I win. But it's level 3! You could make it just ping with some equipment or aura in turn 2 and you win. Well, if you live. I mean, the moment you played stuffed survivor, I mean, the whole table will be gunning for you. I mean, they have to do everything they can. I mean, because anyone will die. Anyone could die. He comes after you. Yeah, he has a big... He's got this giant paddle. What did he survive? It's not a sword, it's a giant paddle. That's a paddling. You play Soul Ring? That's a paddling. Where's that meme? That's a paddling. There we go. That's a paddling. You used to play Soul Ring on turn 1? That's a paddling. You play Mana Vault? That's a paddling. You get your commander out in 1 turn? You better believe that's a paddling. You're gonna get paddled by the stuffed survivor. It'd be a great mythic. His boat sank. Probably because of... Probably put a hole in it. Probably put a hole in it with that damage. Anyway. This is a stupid card. The paddle is the secret to infinite damage, yeah. Just keeps... It's a mod... How did the Jedi put it with their lightsabers? A modern weapon for a civilized era? Is that how they put it? He and Ragavan both win when they deal damage, effectively. Alright. The Revengone Pult. For 1 red, 1/1 creature. Whenever you cast a black spell, sacrifice Revengone Pult. Instead, exile the battlefield. Whoa! Whenever you cast a black spell, sacrifice Revengone Pult. Instead, this is so close to making sense, but it doesn't. But it's basically like it's like some sort of jackal hops for 1 mana. Broken. Exile the battlefield. Exile the whole battlefield. I think I found my thumbnail. Exile the battlefield. Alright guys, exile the battlefield is gone. Let's go home. We can't win. Exile your playmat? Well, wouldn't it just mean exile everything, like, on the battlefield? Just, you know, exile lands, creatures, enchantments, artifacts. It's like, it basically exile everything. It's a 1 mana farewell. Exactly. Like, not exile everything on the battlefield, but the battle is... So the creatures exist. It's just like here. There's just no land. We don't live on land anymore. Wing of Shu, thanks so much for the super chat. The Paddler is a cheaper, exquisite blood and sanguine bond combo. Exactly. That's exactly what it is. All in one. Exile the playmat. We have to play on the kitchen table now. Exiles my phone being used to mark life points. Okay, can I have permanence for the rest of the game? Got ETBs? No, nothing. Because they won't enter the battlefield. Oh yeah, so hold on. If there's no battlefield, you can't enter the battle. If you can't enter the battle, does this mean that like whatever the board state is, it just is for the rest of the game. Today's been a really good day for red deck wins. Okay, well, I'm going to leave it up to you guys. You want to ship or shred this card? It seems like it's worth shipping for the memes. The battlefield is gone. No more ETB. I mean, it actually has some practical purpose. If there's no battlefield, nothing can enter the battlefield. And there's no triggers. Shred, fun though. Shred, shred. You guys are really honest. Ship at 100%. Ship for silver border. There's no creature. Oh yeah, there's no creature type. Where's the creature? Where do you guys? People meant there's no creature. It's creature nothing. We also exiled the creature type. Ship for giggles. Ship, rip it. Silver border. Ship, funny. Nothing left but players and spells. All right, we'll ship for silver border. We'll reprint it in AI silver. Imagine you feed the AI silver border cards and they have to make their own silver border cards. Okay, we got Scrappy-ish. Scrappy Shish. Blue, 2 generic for a 2/2 human cleric. That's also an artifact creature. Out of strike is the ability. Whatever the hell that means. Out of strike. So I guess you can't hit it? 4 for a blue and 1 generic. It's got lifelink and death touch. I don't know what out of strike is, but frankly, we haven't been able to approve a whole lot of these cards today. So this looks like something we can approve. It doesn't strike? No, I think it's out of strike. It's like out of striking distance. Even though it looks like this guy's getting smacked in the head right now. Or maybe that's the crown. I don't know. Out of strike. Is it like last strike? Is it like last strike? I don't think so. I mean, at least it does make sense. Of all the cards that we've seen, this makes the most sense. This wins the award of most sense made today. It strikes itself out of strike. It could hurt itself in confusion. It's like flanking. All right, well, it seems we don't know what out of strike exactly means, but, you know, frankly, the rest of this is pretty balanced. I don't know why it has death touch, but, you know, whatever. Out of strike deals damage to creatures and sideboards. Demon's Prophecy. A green 2 generic instant. Flashback for a green and 4 generic. Add 7/7. What does that mean? Was that like 7? Well, I don't know what the 7 means. The owner of target non-land permanent loses 3 life. The owner of target non-land permanent loses 3 life. So I just target your creature, and then you lose 3 life. That's basically how it is. So it's a 3 mana deal 3 damage spell. And I add 7. You would think they would specify colorless. Yeah, someone's saying 49 because you add 7. Maybe you add 7 generic mana. Add 7, get 14. No, get 47. It's mono green. Yeah, it's mono green burn effectively. And with all that mana you just gained, you could flash it back for green and 4 generic. So it's the worst lava spike ever. Well, you know, when it's off color, you gotta charge attacks for it. It's like, it's better than, what is it? What is the blue burn spell? Prophecy Bolt or something like that? Prophetic Bolt? Prophetic something. Fixed Hornet Sting? I don't even know what that is. Are we shipping or shredding this card? Well, if you put it in a Swedish calculator, it's +7 + 7 equals 14. Oh, I see. No, it's add 7 and 7. I was looking at like I was looking at a multiplication. Add 7 sevens. So I mean, I guess so. It's open to interpretation. You know, we should put this on Reddit and say, what add 7/7. What is the sum of adding 7/7? And see how many people decide 47 versus 14. Ship it. It's a staple for Ivy. That's 49, not 47. Sorry, 49, sorry. My math says one thing, my mouth says another. Math, it pain. It pain! Maybe it summons a 7-7. Maybe it summons a 7-7. Too many 7s, so it's 40. So it's 47. Anyway, whatever. Screw this card. Screw it for math. A dense Hingwabs, red, 1 generic. It's a sliver. It's an artifact sliver. That's not a creature. All mountain be players. All the mountains are players. Okay, so what does that mean? And it looks like all the mountains became players. What is this like the revert? Like, is there a card that turns all players into mountains, and then now we can turn the mountains back into players? Which Ren are we on? LOL that grammar, ship it. All mountains. All mountains be players. This should have been called pirate, and it's a sliver. It looks like they're playing, and they're playing some sort of board game. It looks like they're playing some sort of board game in the multiverse. It's game night in the multiverse. Mono Red can vote. Well, it's not it's Mountain's turn. Yeah, it's the next Mountain's turn. So target player spells now target mountain. Oh yeah, I guess so. So the mountains can be targeted by stuff that would normally target players. Like you could discard the hand of a mountain, or all the mountains draw 7 cards. If the mountains become players, then that card that cares about players you control become much better. The mountains can take damage. They can take as much damage as they want. All my mountains get turns. The turn would be short because they have nothing to do. This is an invite to get the mountain from GOT to join your game. There are no stats on this thing. Yeah, I know there are no stats, but it's just an artifact. So while it's in, you can destroy the artifact. Tap target opponent. Yeah, finally those cards start to make sense, because all the mountains become players, and now you can tap the players. It's AI generated cards all coming together. Will the mountains lose because they can't draw cards from their libraries? I guess so. Oh, that is a good question. If the mountains lose and they can't draw for the turn, then do they get exiled? Because a player has to leave the game, and then you like lose all your mountains. Anyway, stupid card. All mountain be players. I love how they have like this game night in this weird, in the wizardry sort of Magic the Gathering setting. Okay, Elspeth Circling. For a blue 4 generic, we got an aura. Enchant creature. Enchant creature has +3/+3 and has flying. When Elspeth Circling is put into a graveyard from the battlefield, you lose the game. Holy crap! You have to, why? I mean, this is a very high risk, very low reward card. Super high risk. Broken in 1994. I guess so. That makes that actually makes a whole lot more sense. Back then, this might have been broken. Basically turn anything into a Sarah Angel. Easy print, fair. Sadly, this is one of the only cards that makes sense today. It actually makes perfect sense. When it's put into the graveyard from the battlefield, you lose the game. So you actually have to wait for it to get attached. Wait, you could attach it to enemy creatures. Yeah, but you still control the aura. So you don't want to put on an enemy creature and then someone else kills the creature. Because then you still lose the game. Donate target. Oh, donate the Elspeth Circling to somebody else? You could do that. Yeah, you could do that. You could put on another creature and donate it to donate the aura to somebody else. Sag. Okay, well, I mean, It's a printable card. It's a printable card. What can I say? All right, if you want to join the madness that is rating AI-generated cards, you got to be here Monday to Friday, 8 o'clock a.m. Central Standard Time. Be there or be square for Coffee and MTG. Thank you, everyone, for your super chats. Thank you, everyone who's a member of the YouTube channel or a member on Patreon. Links to all that stuff if you want to support the channel in the description below. But most importantly, thank you for being here with me so that we can enjoy these AI-generated cards together. Because it's no fun if we're not doing it together. So as usual, Coffee Crew, keep brewing up those coffees, and we will keep brewing up the magic. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you all in the next cup.